some people hate their own race? Welcome family to Feast on Torah. Wherever you are around the world, welcome. Today's message is one that hits deep, not just emotionally, but spiritually. It's about questions that too many of us avoid. Why do some people hate their own race, and what are the psychological effects? Why would someone of the same race make derogatory remarks about their own people? When did that self-hate of your own race came from? Why do negative words come from the mouths of those who share the same skin color? This is the deep and painful reality of internalized racism. This is more than just social, this is spiritual warfare. Today we're going to uncover the roots of internalized racism, how it has been passed down, how it operates in silence, and what the word of Yah says about healing from it. This issue is known as internalized racism. It affects individuals, families, and entire communities. But what causes it? And more importantly, what can we learn from it? Internalized racism occurs when people accept and repeat the same negative stereotypes narrative that has historically been used to oppress them. This is not just a personal issue, it's a societal and spiritual battle. We are going to explore this topic from a historical, psychological, and biblical perspective. So grab your Bible, open your heart, and let's dig in this topic together. So the first question is, what is internalized racism? The answer is, when people adopt and believe the racist ideas, messages, or values of the dominant group against their own racial identity. These signs include 1. Speaking negatively about your own race, without hesitation, but when a person from another race enters the room, you automatically lower your voice. 2. Preferring features, accents, or styles that mimic whiteness. 3. Avoiding associations with your own culture, but eagerly embrace the culture of your oppressors. All this is rooted in colonialism, slavery, and media programming. Let us look at some real examples of internalized racism at work and how destructive and embedded negative stereotypes have deep roots historically. The Dole Test, 1940s, Kenneth and Mamie Clark. In the 1940s, African-American psychologists Kenneth and Mamie Clark conducted a series of studies known as the Dole Test. They presented young black children with two dolls, one white and one black, and asked questions like, which doll is pretty? Which doll is good? Which doll is bad? The result: the majority of the children chose the white doll as the good, or pretty, one and the black doll as bad, or ugly, even though the children themselves were black. Let us have a look at the significance of these findings. This test revealed the internalized belief in white superiority, shaped by society, education, and media. It became a key piece of evidence in the landmark U.S. Supreme Court case Brown v. Board of Education, 1954, which helped end legal school segregation. We also have the internal problem regarding skin lighting. Let us look at that more closely. Skin lightening industry, global, but especially in Africa, Asia and the Caribbean, skin bleaching is a multi-billion-dollar global industry. In many cultures, lighter skin is associated with beauty, success, and higher status. People, especially women, that use harmful products to bleach their skin, risking long-term health issues. Just look at some of our celebrities in sport and in Hollywood. Compare their old photos to what they look like now. Some stared out with the natural skin color, but as they mixed in with the past colonizer, they feel that they have to change the dark skin tone in order to feel accepted by their white associates. Some of these people, you would not recognize them today because of using whitening cream to be making their skin lighter. This is so tragic that in your own race you have all the treasures of beauty, but because of colonialism stereotype narrative in your head, you believe that if your skin is not white, then you are not valued. Let's now look at some real-life example. In Jamaica, Nigeria, India, and parts of Southeast Asia, many celebrities and influencers endorse or openly use lightening products. Even in pop culture, artists have been criticized for appearing to lighten their skin in photo shoots or videos. Skin bleaching, also called skin lightening or whitening, is a practice used to lighten dark areas of skin or achieve an overall lighter complexion. While it's marketed under the guise of beauty and evenness, many of the products sold for this purpose contain dangerous and toxic ingredients that can cause serious harm. Mercury. What it does: inhibits melanin production. Risks: highly toxic. It can cause kidney damage, neurological issues, and mercury poisoning. Mercury can also pass from mother to baby during pregnancy. Status: banned in cosmetics in most countries, but still found in illegal or unregulated products. Why it's still a problem? Despite international bans, harmful products are sold online or in informal markets. Marketed with misleading promises. Used due to colorism and beauty standards influenced by colonialism and media. Significance. This is a direct reflection of internalized racism, the belief that darker skin is less desirable or beautiful. It stems from colonial history, caste systems, and centuries of whitewashed beauty standards. The reality is, while you are worried about how dark your skin is and how big your hips are, and how thick your lips are, the same oppressors who told you that, guess what they are doing? They are spending lots of money using Botox to make their thin lips thick like yours. They are even spending enormous sums of money doing all kinds of cosmetic surgery to look just like you. In addition, if that was not enough, they cannot wait for the sun to appear so they can roast their white bodies to become dark, so they too can have beautiful dark skin like yours. Colorism in pop culture, films, magazines, and music often promote light skin as the standard of beauty. Even within black communities, lighter skin is sometimes celebrated more. Lesson: when the media only uplifts one type of black identity, it tells others they're not enough. Skin bleaching products often exploit insecurities rooted in colonial beauty standards. The physical harm they cause is real, but so is the psychological toll. Empowerment starts with education, self-love, and rejecting the idea that lighter is better. It is not the color of your dark skin that defines you, it is your character and who you are that should define you. What is the spiritual application? These examples reflect a deep identity crisis, a total disconnect between how Yah made you and what the world tells you about yourself. Genesis chapter 1 verse 27, So Yah created man in his image, in the image and likeness of Yah he created him, male and female he created them. Don't be like Telvin Osborne speaks such negative words about his race. Fair use when he said he'd rather sleep with a dog than a black woman, now has been killed by a woman that is of another race. Social media gave their thoughts. Fair use, this article reads, the fatal shooting of Telvin Osborne has ignited a storm of reactions across social media, not only due to the circumstances of his death but also because of his past comments disparaging black women. Many online users have expressed mixed feelings, with some showing no sympathy for Osborne, citing his own words as evidence of deep-seated self-hatred. This statement, along with other remarks praising white women while denigrating black women, has fueled a polarizing response to his death. Some social media users expressed sadness over his tragic fate, while others pointed out what they saw as the irony of his demise at the hands of the very demographic he exalted. Now let us look at some historical examples. Colonial Africa and hair discrimination. During European colonization, Africans were told their natural features were inferior. Even today, Afro hair is considered unprofessional in many work environments, and today, as you look around, you will see our people wearing hair that does not match their culture, because they were told that the natural hair that God gave them is not good enough. Psalm chapter 139 verse 14, I will give thanks and praise to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made, wonderful are your works, and my soul knows it very well. But some of our people read this, but believe it does not apply to them. They do not believe that they are fearfully and wonderfully made. So they spend their lives trying to seek approval from their oppressors and strive daily to look more like their oppressors. They pay more attention to what their oppressors say about them instead of what the Most High Yah says about them in his Torah. This is where we are even to this day, people hating their race. Let us now look at the house slave versus field slave mentality. Willie Lynch letter, though debated in authenticity, reflects the psychological manipulation used to divide black people, lighter versus darker skin. Scripture, Mark chapter 3 verse 25, if a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. We are the house of Israel, and if we are divided about who we are and how precious we are to the Father, then we cannot stand together as a people. Now, let's pause and talk about something deep, something that still affects how we see ourselves and each other today. Malcolm X once spoke about the difference between the house slave and the field slave. And no, this isn't about where someone worked, it's about a mentality. The house slave lived closer to the master, wore better clothes, and had better food. Over time, they started identifying with the master. They might say things like, we're doing well, even though they weren't free. That mindset is one of comfort in captivity, defending systems that were never built to protect them. Then there was the field slave, out in the sun, suffering, treated like property. But they knew it, they felt it, and they wanted out. They didn't dream of sitting closer to the master, they dreamed of freedom. But unfortunately not all of our people want to be freedom, because they are stuck with their oppressors' evaluation of them. So here's the question we all have to ask ourselves. 1. Are you getting too comfortable in systems that were never designed for your liberation? 2. Are we protecting what's harming you, or standing up to change it, and appreciate your beautiful self? This isn't about shame, it's about awareness. Once we know better, we can live better. And time not to be silent. Think on that for a moment. Remember, you are not your skin color. There are lessons to learn from these stereotypes, narratives, and how the psychological impacted the mindset of our people, and why they hate their own race. Internalized racism leads to the following. 1. Low self-esteem. Many of our people cannot see the beauty in them because of mental slavery that they are still bound up in. 2. Bullying within the same racial group. Some of you, when see someone who looks like you immediately take a dislike to them, because that is how you feel about yourself. 3. Rejection of one's heritage. People with this mentality would quickly support any other race except your own. They compete against each other than supporting each other. This fuels community division and generational trauma. Most of our people do not support each other because they are still trapped in the colonized mindset, and what you will find today is rejection on all levels. We were taught to hate ourselves, and we did it so well and are still doing it today, and it is not until we begin to awake, we will continue in this downward spiral of self-hate and hating our own race. So how do we break the cycle? It starts with awareness and renewal of the mind. We need to surround ourselves with black excellence, positive images, and the rich truth in our history that have been suppressed. We need to affirm our true identity as Hebrew Israelites, backed up with the truth found in the Torah. For example, Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 tells us that we are made in Yah's image. So we as a people need to know that we are the jewels in our Master's crown. Romans chapter 12 verse 2 instructs us, be transformed by renewing your mind. It is time to remove the chains from your slave mentality mindset and rejoice in our true identity. We should be uplifting our people with words that don't tear down, but speak life, and celebrate who you are. Remember that you are included with the people of the Torah. We are a chosen nation, a royal priesthood, as written in 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9, and that is why the world hates us. This key verse is about the royal priesthood, but you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for Yah's own possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. This verse describes you, the people of the Torah, as a chosen nation, a royal order of priests, a holy nation, and the Most High special possession, all to proclaim his greatness. Read about who you are in the book of Deuteronomy. It is time to know your God-given heritage and rise up. And reject the colonial evaluation narrative about how you look. The problem is some of you don't know your history and how precious you are to the Most High. It is time to wake up and take your rightful position in the world. In this lesson we've looked in the mirror today, and the mirror is cracked. Not because Yah made us broken, but because the world tried to break us. But Yah never made a mistake when he made us. You were made in his image, brown skin, full lips, woolly hair, and powerful, rich history. Internalized racism is a lie. And like all lies, it loses its power when the truth is spoken. So speak the truth of who you are, love your reflection, and teach the next generation to do the same. If this video spoke to you, please like, share so others who are searching for the truth of who they truly are, and be enlightened. Please also hit the notification bell so you will know when the next lesson is uploaded. It is time to remove the shackles, and the silence, and roar like the Lion of Judah. Break the internalized self-hate and let us remove the colonized cycle together. Your truth is waiting to be revealed. Until next time, stay blessed, stand tall, shalom.